Good morning and welcome to Love Every Moment, coming to you today from Sacramento, California. Today's verse is 1 Peter 4:14. If you are reviled for the name of Christ, you are blessed, because the Spirit of glory and of God rests on you. Well, this sounds a lot like the Beatitudes in Matthew 5:12 that says similar things. So Peter definitely learned his lesson from those days. He even expounds on it by saying, because the Spirit of glory and of God rests on you. But when I see the word reviled, it's such a strong sounding word. It sounds very much like persecution. And you know, the disciples were jailed and beaten and all kinds of other things were done to them. And they were definitely reviled for their faith. And in my experience here in America with my Christianity, was I ever jailed or beaten for Christianity's sake? No. I mean, the worst I've ever suffered through, really, has been maybe some teasing. And it's really not reviling in that sense. But as I meditated on this, I was thinking of a different angle of what reviling is. And I'm going to get a little bit personal here too. If you remember last week's verse, and I had the link up here, that said, to the degree that you share the sufferings of Christ. And I brought it actually back to hospitality, how I have a house here, even though I live full-time in this RV, and I rent out the house, but basically for almost nothing. And the last tenants have really trashed the place, and they've wrecked some things, they've carted off some of my goods, and they have treated my hospitality with reviling, and it hurts because I'm trying to show them God's love by offering them a terrific deal on that. Well, there's other times when similar things have happened. I've had several couples in my life that have been in dire straits, and I've given them hundreds of dollars to help them out in a situation. I don't hear from them. I've helped other people move or do projects. I don't hear from them. Back when I had an apartment, I had a couple of different homeless people there, and I don't hear from them at all. I had a couple of relatives who asked me to drop everything because they were getting evicted and fly out there at my own expense and take them 1,200 miles to my place and house them for 2 months and help them move into an apartment. And I did so. And after a while, I asked them, could you give an hour of your time? I really need just an hour of your time. And they said, nah, we're going to go shopping and get a massage. They really took my offer of love and reviled it, or at least it felt that way, and it hurt. It hurt a lot. But today's verse says that we're blessed. So how is this possible? Well, as I was meditating on this, I thought of Luke 6:35, and just tucked in the middle of Luke 6:35, it says, give expecting nothing in return, and your reward will be great. And I always thought of that as monetary, so give money and don't expect any money in return. But really, it's give of God's love, and that could be through these ways, through hospitality or helping people move or whatever. And expecting nothing in return means not expecting them to be grateful or appreciative or anything like that. And so then the Lord took me back to my own salvation. I was 13, a nerdy kid. Nobody really liked me at school. And I went to a church retreat for high schoolers, and suddenly I was loved by teenagers, and I'd never experienced that before, and it had such a profound effect on me. I gave my life to the Lord. I said, wow, if this is Christianity, I want in. But you know what? I was so overwhelmed with God's love that I didn't have enough time to really think to thank them properly. And so they'll never know the effect, the profound effect they had on my life of sharing God's love with me. And in today's verse, it says that because the Spirit of glory and of God rests on you. And someday in glory, we'll see that effect. So let's choose to love every moment, because then we're going to love every moment. I'm your average wretch, and I hope you have a great week.